Wewa ebigambo bibadde birungi nnyo okuva eri omukulu Simon mbyagadde nnyo naye nga tukyagenda mu maaso nja kusooka okubajjukiza nti twataddeyo ekibuuzo kyaffe era nga twebuuza CCTV camera gavumenti yaspendingako ssente obutimbe bw'ensimbi bwemulaze batadde ku streets zaffe zikoze ekimala zikoze omulimu gwazo oba nedda tugenda Facebook page yaffe oteekeyo obe ng'oterako comment endowooza yo gy'olowooza ku CCTV camera mu kitundu kyo oba overview otubulire zikoze zitya mu kiseera Uganda naye nga tukyagenda mu maaso tuyingide wiki yokusatu wiki ya kusatu tuyingide wiki yokusatu okubanga kino abantu banoonya bakandisi banoonya kalwa bali ku president buli omu atambula agenda gyalaga era nga eggulo era babaddewo nga bulijjo nti President Museveni yabadde akyali mu bitundu bya Elgon region yabadde mu Mbale nga ayogerako eri abalonzi be naye yatuuse okuba nti mu kaseera waliwo abavubuka batuusaawo nga bonna kyebeetaaga abere nga bakolera tugenda kuba tubiraba naye nga Nemugisha muntu ya blocking do okuba nti yabadde agenze bujiri ne babako police ne bange muyimiriza omuri yati abadde Kiryandongo na nekyagulanya abadde mu Bunyoro ne kaso tufone footage yo tugenda kuba tubiyogereko mu bugazi.
On the other hand, Mugisha Muntu, who has also been campaigning in the East, has been denied entry in Bujiri today, with police blocking his venue. General Muntu decided to call off the Bujiri campaign, noting that although he is confident that he is on the right side of both the law and the reason, he chooses not to endanger the lives of his supporters and the public by escalating the situation. In Sironko today, independent candidate Joseph Kabuleta played football with his supporters as a way of getting closer to the people. He also had the opportunity to witness the Kadodi dance culture in action and tested his rhythm to the Imbalu drums. John Katumba is still traversing the areas of Central Region and is set to address the nation tomorrow Thursday, a communication he publicized via his Twitter handle on Monday. Nancy Kalemba, while in the eastern parts of Uganda, promised to end corruption once in office. Presidential candidate Willie Mayambala, who was supposed to campaign in Wakiso, skipped the campaign due to failing to secure fuel for his car and is set to communicate another date when he will appear there. The candidates are promising voters a better Uganda once given chance and are traversing Uganda. Kara Tumwine for Select News. The incumbent President Yoweri Museveni is traversing the areas of eastern Uganda this week and has kept his crowds with a sizable number of people. He campaigned in Bale today and will be
have happened in this political trail with different people promising different things. Remember Robert Chagulanyi promising a chocolate factory because there was a lot of cocoa. We remember President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni promising a palace for the king of the Bamasaba. And we remember a lot of things that have been promised by different candidates. And I've always asked these questions, are they going to walk the talk, is the question I've been asking. However, the campaign trail continues to show us that there's something that's not going right. The Electoral Commission said they'd come up to address these issues, but we have not seen them come up to address these issues. We've just seen a candidate right now, and he's also in the Bugisu region, and there were a lot of people in his background, too many people. And we know that Katumba will be addressing the nation today on Thursday, and we're hoping to hear from him. So the different things that the different political parties are doing. But like I said, we're still waiting for Electoral Commission to come up and discuss some of these issues that are happening in the field. We've seen that the opposition is facing a lot of issues in the field from the security forces that are there. There's a time when Tumukunde had over 20 vehicles, patrol vehicles, following him to where he was, and he was asking, is this a war? Or are we actually just going to campaign? What is going on? And it reached to a point whereby Tumukunde's soldiers that were given to him by Electoral Commission started a fight with the other soldiers, and it got to the point where people strangled each other. But why do we need to get there? And why is it that the opposition's efforts to try and have a campaign trail in peace is being stifled on? And those questions we cannot answer. And we need two people to answer that question: the police and Electoral Commission. And whose mandate is it to do what at this time of the elections? And that's the problem that we've been having, Tariq and Simon. Electoral Commission tenaba ku streamlining how things are supposed to be. They haven't streamlined how, you see, when they come up with a decision, how is it supposed to be followed? Is the RDC Muchichindo in that particular area supposed to pass it to the police and the police is supposed to enforce it? Is it supposed to come straight from the Electoral Commission and we run it on media and police sees it on media, never put a message? Is that how it's supposed to happen? So Electoral Commission needs to sit for a meeting, a very big, important meeting to try and streamline these issues if we're supposed to have a fair trial, campaign trail.
Isi yavuddeyo n'eraga nti yo tenafuna complaint yonna official complaint. Era nga naye gamba nti ebiraba ku mawulire
that's what I'm saying. Bafuna messages from the mawulire never police as
gamba
well.
nti eyitaba candidates bonna abeesimbe buli alina afuna obuzibu bonna officially agiwandiikira agitegeeze balabe butabasobola obukola ki obutereeza. Naye ensonga ey'okubiri ensonga yabaddewo endala ebadde esumbuwa naddala mu kaseera kano waliwo candidate ate nga tali president. So ng'alina ebintu byakola nga president ate ng'alina bikolebera ate nga n'okunoonya katomabejjo nga commissioninga industrial park mu Mbale yakikoze nga president commissioninga industrial park egenda kubeera mu company ziwera mu nkaaga egenda kuba yatugenda kuba abantu abawera emitwalo 2 emirimu. So far mulimu companies factories ziri 13 era nga badde waliwo obuzibu bw'amasannyalaze ne bawo kye mobile hydro power gye baleese naye obuzibu bwadde nti abadde na speech zalina okuba nga akola tumanyi nti state of the nation azikola nga bulijjo kati south mu kaseera yagala okuba nkola state of the nation era olabye yabadde agenda kuvayo okwogera juzi ne bwa butakkaanya between the media houses naye nga bagamba agenda kwogera nga president oba agenda kwogera nga candidate. So jo UCC nayo yavuddeyo nebanga estima ensonga neraga nti nno ne ku nsonga y'okuba nti nno bakandisa abagenda ku maradio ne balemesebwa era nabo ne bagamba nti poliisi erina engeri enkola gyekolamu nti egenda ne omuntu yabuukiza time ye nga wano ku STV agenda kwogera for 1 hour then poliisi ne bakowe mu delayinga kati agenda tuuka wano ku STV nga time twabukoze eki. So nga UCC egamba nti nno buli afuna embeera eyo kandi si bonna baveeyo baripotinge ku UCC ku UCC egenda taking obuyinza bwonna full authority okuba nti neyambako bakandisi bano okuba nti muno omu afuna airplay yalina okuba nga afuna.
Well, we've talked about these things several times. I don't want to talk about the independence of the president on what he's supposed to do as a candidate and as a president, but I want to speak about the Electoral Commission. Candidates bonna abesimbyewo belonging to Electoral Commission. They are products of Electoral Commission. We've seen police brutality, or we've seen brutality being subjected to them by police, and Electoral Commission is equally silent. Ngatwebuza, how independent is it, and how far can it stretch? Ulaba instance ekoleddwa kuba NUP to the extent even omusayi gwayika ku Osajjo and Electoral Commission okuva negamba nti tebanafuna official communication ng'omuntu nguba teri muntu abawandikidde officially kubagamba about the brutality that is happening teri avuddeyo complaining. I mean, do you need to first wait for somebody to write to you okuvaayo and react to your products kubaanabo? I don't think that's how it should be. Otherwise, nze chenjagala okubiriza aba Electoral Commission. Let them balekerawo okwogera okugamba nti independence yabwe eri ku mpapula, bagije mu mpapula, acting. Let them show their powers. Because the stakeholders balinga basatu. Mulimu Electoral Commission, mulimu media, mulimu police, even maybe candidates themselves. Okay? Nikati buli omu alina okubeera nga ali independent. Police tetwagagira bange ekola omulimu gwaki gwa Electoral Commission. Well, ebalina okwenforcinga amateeka naye ate bwe baba basuseewo nja okulaba nga Electoral Commission naye evuddeyo ng'ekanga vudde ku ddoboozi egambe nti abaayi mususse oba muyise we mwandikomye. That is the kind of democracy I want to see big exercise in the Pearl of Africa.
But what I appreciate about these candidates is that regardless of what is happening, they are still positive in their attitude. We saw that Patrick Kamuria Toboy, who was there at that moment with all the tear gas and everything, got time to get out of his car and go and buy Rolex on the roadside, and then he danced for his people at that time who were tear gas. And then we remembered Robert Chagulanyi held a concert for the police officers that were escorting him. Naba imbirako some songs, you know. So I like that they're keeping the positive attitude and they're helping us to keep the positive attitude. Because if we had negative plus negative, definitely we'll have an explosion. So I appreciate them for that.
Let's talk about Mugisha Muntu. Mugisha Muntu yadagenze ebujiri. The police nemu blocking. Ngabagamba yabadde ina wa enkuba yatonye jjo twagire fenna. Yabadde ina okubanga holding rally ekisawe kyabadde kijjudde amazzi. So ne bakyusa venue like yabadde like 300 meters away from the place yabadde bafunye. Naye agamba yagambye police tukyusizza olw'embeera ebadde ekifo kitesobola kukungaza mu bantu. Police nemugamba nti mutugambye late okukyusa venue ffe tuba tumanyi muna kubeera wano naye tugenda okubakuumira. Mugisha Muntu nageza okubanda banyone bagaana okukkanya naye yagambye nti nagamba sijja kukozesa maanyi. Sema yakozeeyo yankutte sijja kukozesa maanyi kubanga nkozesa amaanyi. I'm risking the lives of my supporters. Singa buli candidate ekintu kiteeka mu bwongo nti bwokozesa force no kubeera wano. I have to be there. Abantu boolumya. Mugisha Muntu.
You know, and that's what we've been calling upon for all these political leaders.
Yatulidde bantu tekiba nti yobula abantu tukulembeze Uganda. No.
Me, I have but I'm impressed by what he did.
Abantu bange bagenda kufuna obuzibu. If I use force, tegasa agenda kuvaayo, agenda kuvaayo naye agamba nti yagala kole campaign. Yataluzize wadde life y'omuntu n'ogu, tabuteri muntu akubidde essasi wadde n'ogu.
That's an impressive move. But we know Mugisha Muntu for being a very calm person. And the reason why he broke away from FDC is because FDC has the defiance campaign that he doesn't align with, and that is why he decided to move. We've had an interview with Mugisha Muntu at the station. Now he's a very calm, collected person, Amanyita Yagala, and he knows the route he wants to take. And we've been calling upon all candidates to do the same. Think about your voters as you're thinking about going to sit in that chair.
Because Muchaka Mugisha Muntu mulabi yesterday. Nze mbadde mugoberera ebbanga and I expected him to do that. Yes, that's who he is. That's why
friend message aliwo.
Ali Ntebe akyanywa kachayi wakawe yagamba campaigns aziwumuzzaamu agenda ye concentrating ku media houses kuba yagamba campaigns ziri scientific. So yagamba atadde obulango ku radio nezi TV
and that's enough.
According to him yagamba for now it's enough.
I think tomorrow when we come in the studios we need to discuss the issue of the expense of elections on these various candidates who are out there. Katumba is one of the people who has really impressed me. From the boy that we saw, and politicians have come up to say that Katumba needs to go back and invest money and do something worthwhile and not stand as the president of the country. But I'm impressed. We've seen these political candidates who have failed to get out of Kampala because they don't have the money to do so, but Katumba and Nancy have managed to do so. Nancy is moving out a drive to have money collected, and I think tomorrow we should engage in the expense of these politics and is it worth it for these people to do that, because they know source of funding indeed, because they know some of them know it for real. But why are they there is another question that we need to have answered.
If you're looking for a candid answer to that, I may not give it on set, but the last time I checked, Norbert Mao, DP president, yavayo n'agamba nti bali basubira kalukano kubeera cheaper than the previous campaigns. Naye olw'okuba nti kali scientific, naye bagenze kizuula nti kati ne radio stations ba media houses zi hiking the prices zazo. Ntuli bakosa emitwalo wakati wa 3.6. Ne kati media houses zisaba kakadde just for 30 minutes or 1 hour okukyaza. So n'agamba amafuta okutambula it's a bit expensive. So yali asaba abantu okola ki okumusondera ku sente. So
before we get to story what is ekinayogedde ku tugitandika nti abavubuka babadde embale ne basaba President Museveni ku sente era bamugamba nti bo bagala okuba nti badda wansi bakola akalulu ne all they want bagala ka sente. Okimanyi abantu abasinze obutagala kalulu kanene butakanyumire ba NRM.
But yeah.
And for NRM, political season it means money. If so, we know kufuluma bagende bakole mobilization bagende batambule badde mu bantu banoonya akalulu. bwekabeera open sente ebisawo bino okukola ki naye era esaza basinga okwekaaba akaluka neno nti kanyumye era temuli makulu kiba tobolawo nakujja nga ne crowds toziraba kyekibaleeta bo akalu it means money.
I listened to that lady speak yesterday Mbale ng'agamba President Museveni nti bo ng'abavubuka bali ready okugenda ku ground but they need facilitation. So it brings me a question. Are they patronage to the party or they are patriotic to the party?
Ekyo nakikugamba ebintu bibiri waliwo kituba nti omuntu ayagala ekintu kiranga muwagizi waakyo nobeerawo n'omucuba NRM talina ba members erina bacuba singa akeera ku makya n'agamba nti ajje ssente mu NRM
ekibiina kigwa